Hey, 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 hey. Ha, 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 ha.
Right. Will you tell him? What's up?
What's up, Chris?
How you doing?
You good? How you feel, babe?
Good. This
Good.
is for you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Can you hold this for me?
Permanently?
Well, if you want to pass out some flyers, you can also do that. Ooh. See, you're an honest man.
Can't be nothing. You got work to do. You gotta do what, brother? I see. Not right now. Do you want to just still take pictures like this?
Yeah, the reporters are.
I know.
We can ask people to come to the grass.
Yeah, let's just do that.
All right, great. Did you bring portraits? No. I'm just gonna. That's why I was calling you when you didn't answer my call.
I called you right back too, and you didn't answer.
That is a lie.
Look at your phone.
It's a lie.
Look at your phone.
I'ma look, and then I'ma come back.
So I'm gonna go call people, but you can also say.
All right. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. May 13th, 1985. 40 years ago. It is such an important moment for us to be here together, to share space together, to honor what happened right here on May 13th, 1985. We want to ask folks, I know our setup is a little different than usual. We're normally in the streets, and there will still be time for that. But we would love it if people could come join us at the foot of the stage, please. Although that will mess up the live stream. Try to get as close to the edge. We want to feel y'all with us. And I'm very excited to welcome to the mic Dr. Walter Palmer, who really doesn't need any introduction, but when we talk about our organizing heroes, when we talk about the folks who have sold so much into our community, who have such an important role in Move Story, Dr. Walter Palmer is one of those people.
Thanks so much, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you so much for going forward, even though it's raining out here. When you're fighting for your rights, remember, there should be nothing that impedes you. You should be motivated by any obstacle that gets in your way. Because remember, freedom is not free. And if you want to be free, you have to understand what freedom is. Freedom is the ability to make choices, knowing what the consequence of the choice is before you make it. The more choices you have, the freer you are. And you must understand that it's not free, there's a price to pay, and you have to protect it for the rest of your life. What MOVE did in reaction to the police action in 1978 was they chose to go to jail rather than allow themselves to be supposedly free on the street and living out a lie. And there are lessons to learn. I started off, my involvement with MOVE goes back to the 1960s. Sometime around 1965, circa 70, I meet Bob Africa. Bob talks a lot about this place called, the Africa Group, the Africa Movement. I'm involved in the Black Power movement. I'm involved in the Civil Rights movement. I'm involved with dealing with gangs in Philadelphia, right? But I was fascinated by trying to hear this story. He takes me down to Pearl Street. He introduces me to John Africa. We sit on the curb, we sit in the yard, and we talk about what their concept is. Whether you like MOVE or not, whether you like the way they've lived, their lifestyle, and everybody didn't. Their neighbors were opposed to them. People across the city were opposed to them. Government officials were opposed to them. And the police were certainly opposed to them. They have a right to exist. And they have the right to have their own belief system. And when you fight, you're not fighting for them, you're fighting for yourself. When you fail to fight for other people's right to exist, you may be next. That's the lesson out of Auschwitz. That's the lesson out of Nazi Germany. First, there was the Jews, and then it was the Gypsies, and then it was the crippled, and then it was the colors, then it was the Catholics. And before it was all over, there was nobody left. And it doesn't really matter who is sitting at the top. Remember, that person is suspect. No one should be able to control our lives. You have to understand that the one thing they use against us, people who are in opposition to real humanity, is the power of death. They think if they threaten us enough, by killing us, right, that that'll intimidate us and we won't want to fight. You must understand that death is nothing more than the extension of life. Birth, growth, reproduction, and death. It's an act that's going to happen. You just don't know when, where, and how. But it doesn't matter. You have to fight to make sure that your freedom is free, that you keep it forever. So in 1960, 70, MOVE decides it's enough abuse. And they decide they're going to use and test the First Amendment, Second Amendment. First one with right to assemble, right to petition the government. They test the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, to protect themselves against other intruders and people in the government. And they're bold and bodacious about it, and they're public about it. But that's what it is. Don't wear a mask. I've never worn a mask in any protest I've been in for the past 70 years. Do I want to die? No. But I love life so much I'm willing to die for it. That's how precious life is. And when you look at young people feel betrayed. Because so many of us who are older have really not lived up to all the hype about what we were doing when we were younger. The truth of the matter is young people need us in their lives, and we need them in our lives. Any society that does not have young people in their lives and have elderly people in their lives is not a true society, and is going to waste. And so in 78, when they did that, I've supported their efforts to really fight, to make sure that they had the right to bear arms, the right to assembly, the right to protest. They tested the Fourth Amendment, the right to be protected from seizure, from unreasonable search and seizure for properties. They tested speedy trial. They tested all of the 10 amendments. And you have to understand what they are and fight for them, to fight again. In 78, it finally, after a year of trying hard to get the city to back off and move from the barricade they put around and from the armament that they put out there, we got what we thought was an agreement to settle it. But what happened is the hype got in. More and more discussion about what the city was going to do to move if move didn't move out of Pearl Street. That led to the shootout of 78. 85 is characterized by 85 as a bombing. But it led up. It was not just something out of the sky. There was a purpose. It was the wrong jailing of people in the 78 shootout. I was there. I went inside the house several times to try to get some of the children out or try to get the women out. On the third time I went into the house and came back out, I was standing in front of the house. And I heard what sounded like a shot. Supposedly the person that got hit with a shot at that point was Sergeant Ramp, a police officer. I was watching where Sergeant Ramp was standing on Pearl Street. I'm in the front. There's the house. Moon's in the basement. Ramp is standing over here around the corner. No bullets could have come out of the basement and gone around the corner and hit Ramp. That's friendly fire or targeted fire. Don't know. But nobody wanted to hear the story. It didn't matter. But MOVE had its own tactics, its own strategies. We tried hard to get lawyers for representing all of them. They eventually told the lawyers, stand down. And they represented themselves. Now, that's a dangerous thing when you try to represent yourself, right? Because you're in the heat of the moment. But they did in the event. And consequently, they were served with 40-some years in prison. And the worst miscarriage of justice I'd ever seen. And I worked and stayed on the case with them and their families, trying to take their guidance all through those 40-some years. Young Mike was born, right, in the midst of all of this. And I'm so proud to recognize the fact that Mike, from the time he was born to where he is today, has tried hard to represent what he thinks is the injustice that has happened to his family for all these years. So I just want to say to you that when the shooting took place and the bombing took place, it was rogue people who did it. Police commissioner, fire commissioner, all the mayor, all the folks involved in this was wrong. So what we did, we worked on trying to get a commission together to try to give some socials, at least some commentary in terms of what had happened. And unfortunately, what happened was only the second time that a bomb was dropped on an American city. In 1920, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, on a black community. And in 1985, here in Philadelphia, in a black community. And just understand this, that doesn't mean that only black people are targeted. People who are about injustice, color doesn't matter to them. Just remember that. And thank you for being strong. Thank you for being here. Stand tall, and God bless you. Now watch me try to navigate these stairs.
Take your time, Doc. Take your time. That's right. Can we give it up again, y'all, please, for Dr. Walt Palmer? We asked him if he could say this, but that man just turned 90 years old a few months ago. 90 years old. 90 years young. And that man's still working, still organizing, still speaking on behalf of the people. Next up, we're going to actually provide, as we have been doing, a reenactment of this moment, of this pivotal moment that we know was so critical in what brought us all here today. And so we're going to have some speakers gathered today like we always do. Yane Indigo, Dr. Crystal Strong, and of course Mike Africa Jr., y'all.
We only have one mic?
We can get some more. Okay, some more. Yeah, there you go.
Rain or shine. Because this moment deserves our reverence. It deserves community coming together to hold the community members who were taken so violently from us on the massacre that took place 40 years ago today. I just think, like, let's just take a moment. The lives of 11 people, 5 children and 6 adults, were taken at 6221 Osage Avenue on May 13th, 1985. As we gather in this place, we must say their names. When I say their names, we will take a moment of silence for each life and say Ibaye, which means rest in peace in Yoruba. Ibaye. The children whose lives should have been protected. Tree Africa, 14, Ibaye. Netta Africa, 12 years old, Ibaye. Delisha Africa, 13 years old, Ibaye. Little Phil Africa, 12 years old, Ibaye. Tommaso Africa, 9 years old, Ibaye. The adults whose lives should have been respected. Rhonda Africa, Ibaye. Teresa Africa, Ibaye. Frank Africa, Ibaye. Raymond Africa, Ibaye. Conrad Africa, Ibaye. And John Africa, Ibaye. The 2 survivors of this horrific act of state terrorism. A child move member, Birdie Africa, escaped with 3rd-degree burns, but also lost his mother, Rhonda, in the fire. He transitioned in 2013. Birdie Africa, Ibaye. And our sister and continued freedom fighter, Ramona Africa, who was incarcerated for 7 years after the bombing on charges of conspiracy to commit riot and arson. The only person in this whole incident who spent time in prison. Ramona Africa, Ibaye. Ramona continues to survive.
At this time, 5:27 p.m. on May 13th, 1985, Philadelphia police, firefighters, and elected officials, including the city's first Black mayor, Wilson Good, dropped a bomb on 13 members of the MOVE organization living at 6221 Osage Avenue. The violent assault by the city of Philadelphia that escalated to the bombing of MOVE headquarters, in fact, began a whole day before, on Sunday, May 12th, 1985, which was also Mother's Day. This day was the start of a 2-day-long attack on the MOVE organization. This was no mistake. Police Commissioner Gregor Sambor believed Mother's Day was the best day to launch an assault on MOVE. He anticipated that the Black residents of Osage Avenue would leave, go to church, go visit their relatives, and not return home. Sambor planned to use this day of reverence to attack MOVE in secret without anyone to bear witness. On Mother's Day, Osage Avenue residents were ordered by the police to evacuate their homes by 10 p.m. Neighbors reluctantly left their homes, angry at the disturbance and not knowing that they would not be able to return. Some neighbors tried to stay in place, but police conducted searches of the homes on the block and forcibly removed residents who tried to stand their ground. 62nd and Osage was placed under military occupation. Police spent the day setting up barricades in the area and preparing for their attack. Police helicopters flew overhead, and officers and detectives manned checkpoints around the residential area. During this time period, police escorted MOVE children who were not in the house on Osage Avenue back into the home in advance of the attack on the house. MOVE supporters from throughout the city gathered on Osage Avenue in protest. Some made futile attempts to negotiate with the police. Others gathered to protest but were arrested.
In the early morning of May 13th, 1985, around 3 a.m., utility crews cut off gas and electricity to the 6200 block of Osage Avenue. Sharpshooters and members of the bomb disposal unit began to set up on Pine Street near MOVE's home. Hundreds of police formed a diamond formation around the area, on rooftops and at the street level. Several of the cops on site on May 13th had also been involved in the police raid of MOVE's Powelton Village home on August 8th, 1978, which led to the death of one officer and the brutal capture of several MOVE members, most notably Delbert Africa, whose beating was caught on tape. One officer who participated in Delbert's beating was also present on May 13th. At 5:35 a.m. on May 13th, Commissioner Sambor shouted over a bullhorn from his post inside another home on the block, "Attention, MOVE! This is America. You have to abide by the laws of the United States." That was his so-called warning for the family to surrender to the police. 15 minutes later, at 5:50 a.m., MOVE members refused to come out under the ring of deadly fire, saying, "We ain't got a motherfucking thing to lose, so come on down and get us." In the decade prior, dozens of MOVE members had already been beaten and shot by police, had hundreds of members jailed and incarcerated, had the city sieged their homes 7 years earlier on August 8th, 1978, had been subject to city welfare agencies removing their children and even jailing pregnant MOVE women. They believed there was nothing left to lose but their freedom.
Shortly after, police began a full-scale military attack on the MOVE home where there were 7 adults, some of them parents, 6 children, and animals inside. Police fired tear gas and smoke projectiles at 6221 Osage Avenue. The gas covered the entire neighborhood in a blanket of stifling and blinding smoke. With spectators and media unable to see, police began to blow 3-inch holes into the walls and foundation of MOVE's home in order to flood the interior with tear gas. The city used the same water that firefighters are meant to use to protect citizens as a weapon. Water cannons poured thousands of gallons of high-pressure water onto MOVE's roof, trying unsuccessfully to destroy a bunker that MOVE had erected to counter-surveil police who watched MOVE on a regular basis. 10 minutes later, around 6 a.m., police began firing bullets at the MOVE home. These first shots initiated an uneven shootout with MOVE members who tried to defend themselves, their home, and their children. MOVE was armed with non-automatic weapons, rifles, shotguns, pistols. For the next 90 minutes, between 6 and 7:30 a.m., police fired at least 10,000 rounds of ammunition into the home. During the ensuing chaos, teams of police lobbed blocks of C4 at 6221, which blew most of MOVE's front porch into the street. Concerned observers and activists, well aware that children were in the house, made desperate pleas to any available person in authority to halt the madness, but their cries went unheeded. Police blew up the rest of the home and the front porch with C4.
The militaristic attack continued throughout the day until the evening. With the support of the FBI, Philadelphia police were armed and equipped with tear gas, water cannons, and high-grade military weapons that were, at that time, hardly ever found in the hands of city police departments. This included M16s, a potent weapon developed for use in the Vietnam War. Other law enforcement were armed with automatic rifles with silencers, Uzis, a 50 caliber machine gun, and a 20 millimeter armor-piercing anti-tank gun. Some of the bullets were 11 inches long, longer than the average person's hand or foot. These bullets can penetrate the trunks of trees and even bricks. The federal government also provided C4 bombs to the city. At 5:27 p.m., the police dropped 4 pounds of C4 on the MOVE house from a borrowed state police helicopter. The massive explosion, felt a mile away, failed to dislodge the bunker, but it did quickly start a fire on the roof. Still intent on destroying the bunker, the police commissioner suggested to the fire commissioner that they use the fire. The fire commissioner agreed and ordered his men to deliberately let the fire burn.
When the burning bunker fell through the roof, it drove the fire into the second floor interior and soon engulfed the porch area, where flames quickly leapfrogged to the adjacent houses, raging out of control. The fire was deliberately allowed to continue to burn. With the upper floors of the house burning intensely, MOVE members took refuge in the rear of the basement, with women and children huddling in blankets soaked in water. MOVE members repeatedly tried to escape from the back of the house, but were met with police gunfire. During their attempts, Ramona Africa and 13-year-old Birdie Africa escaped alive and were taken into custody. Several other adults and children also came out into the alley to escape the fire. Several police veterans of the 1978 confrontation were waiting for them. Various statements by policemen and even the police commissioner himself confirmed that cops had fired in the alley as the block burned. According to police logs, one officer in particular by the name of Marcus Barriana, who was one of Rizzo's cops from the assault on Move in Powelton Village 7 years earlier, was stationed at the back alley. He alone fired over 1,400 shots from several firearms.
It was not only the bombing that killed 6 Move adults and 5 Move children on May 13th, 1985. The city of Philadelphia intentionally and deliberately eliminated the possibility of their survival. Move members tried over and over and over again to escape and survive, but they were shot at and pushed back into the inferno to perish. Move members were forced to endure brutal, unthinkable deaths, all because firefighters and police, duty-bound to serve and protect the people, were commanded to let the fire burn. For hours, the fire raged on Osage Avenue, spreading to Pine Street to the north, Addison Street to the south, and beyond. In the process, 2 city blocks and 61 homes were burned to the ground. The city of Philadelphia caused this horrific loss of beloved, precious life where there could have been survival.
This disregard of life did not end there. On May 14th, police sharpshooters returned in the early morning hours without authorization to disturb the scene of the bombing and attack. The bodies of 6 adults and 5 children were recovered from the smoldering ruins after a crane had scooped through it, obliterating exact recovery positions. Medical examiner personnel left the bodies unrefrigerated, making the delayed tests to determine the cause of death inconclusive, even though bullets were found in some of the bodies. The Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office later had their certification revoked because of this blatant disregard. In 2021, we found out that 2 forensic anthropologists, Alan Mann and Janet Monge, who consulted on this case, stole the remains of Dalisha and Tree Africa without the knowledge and consent of the Move family and experimented on them for teaching, research, and profit at the University of Pennsylvania and Princeton University. Every May 13th for 40 years, this community has demanded justice. Today marks a continued chapter called Reclaim Osage. And I'll turn it over to Mike Africa Jr.
Peace, y'all. On the move. All right. First, let me say thank you to everybody that came out here. It's raining. It's a little chilly. But I appreciate seeing everybody. Reclaim Osage. That's a campaign that we're working forward toward. After the city of Philadelphia killed our family, they took our house. My great aunt Louise bought that house in 1958. And after they bombed it, tore it down, burned it up, they took it from her through eminent domain, and they occupied it for the next over 30 years with police and refused to give it back to her. the least the city of Philadelphia could do is return our home to us. But the city of Philadelphia has done a really good job of covering up, hiding, and finding a way to elude accountability. The only way that accountability will ever come in any situation dealing with this city and this system in general is for the people to demand it and fight for it until we achieve it. In many cases, we just have to do it ourselves. I'm not expecting, depending on the city to give us anything. Because I'm clear that the city don't care about us. If they cared about us, they wouldn't have dropped that bomb. If they cared about us, they wouldn't have stole the remains. If they cared about us, they wouldn't have tried to incinerate the remains without turning them over to their families. If they cared about us, we wouldn't be standing here right now trying to get justice. The Reclaim Osage campaign is a GoFundMe and a fundraiser campaign because the city of Philadelphia took our house and gave it to a developer for $1. The developer sold it to a private resident for $300,000. That private resident got so many unsolicited visits because of his historical presence that he wanted out, and he said he'd sell it to me. But he said that he would only sell it at the market value because that's what he paid for it. So with gentrification and the market value, it was over $360,000. And with the special stipulation that they put on it, because my last name is Africa, the total price was over $400,000. We've raised over $70,000 through in-kind donations and support, but we want to raise more. So everybody, if you are willing to support the Reclaim Osage campaign, please go to the GoFundMe. It's called Reclaim Osage and donate. And we will show the city that we don't need you. We as a community have everything that we need within it, and we're not asking for the city to do anything, but we're demanding justice. And we're going to keep on pushing forward. On the move.
Let us say their names again. The lives of 11 people, 5 children and 6 adults were taken at 6221 Osage Avenue on May 13th, 1985, 40 years ago today. Before we leave this place, we must say their names again. This is hallowed ground. We will take a moment of silence for each life and say, Ibaye. The children whose lives should have been protected. Tree Africa, age 14, Ibaye. Netta Africa, age 12, Ibaye. Delisha Africa, age 13, Ibaye. Little Phil Africa, age 12,
Ibaye. And Tomaso, Africa, age 9, Ibaye. The adults whose lives should have been respected. Rwanda, Africa, Ibaye. Teresa, Africa, Ibaye. Frank, Africa, Ibaye. Raymond, Africa, Ibaye. Conrad, Africa, Ibaye. John, Africa, Ibaye. The 2 survivors of this horrific act of state terrorism. Birdie, Africa, Ibaye. And Ramona, Africa, Ibaye. Ramona continues to survive. Long live Ramona. Long live Ramona, Africa. Long live Ramona, Africa.
Next, what we're going to do is in this moment in time, we're going to bring up to share a few words and to share a piece. One of our native poets, one of our native artists, one of our native spirits, and one of our native truth tellers, just to provide a brief piece about what this moment means today, what 40 years means today, what this legacy of 40 years of not only remembrance, but resistance means today, and how we can continue to move forward. You and I know her both as one of our family and key poets in the city of Philadelphia. Give it up, y'all, for our sister Ursula Rucker.
First of all, Aunt, can you bring me that? I need that, actually. Peace. Is there still a chance for it? Peace. Is there still a chance for it? Peace, though. Peace, though. Peace. Is it actually still a chance for it? I'm Ursula Rucker. I'm emotionally ripped open right now, and that's cool. As we should know, as we should feel, as we should know, as we should feel, as we should share, as we should be together, doing more and more together, more better forever and ever. Is it just a dream, yo? Is it just a dream? With what happened yesterday, with what we're talking about, what we live in now, what's happening and always happening and keeps on happening. You know what I'm saying? Is this love and peace work I'm doing? Is it working? Is it working though? Is it working though? Is it actually working? Because you know, really, in reality, we be feeling like it's not when we feel like this on these type moments and days, and we can say it out loud. And we can say, hey, we all here together. It's beautiful. It's loving. Let's take it to tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Because, like, yeah, I know a lot of people who do that. Even when we don't have. If we have, then you have. If I got, trust. It's all I want. It's for all of us to have what we need, not what we want, what we need, what we really need. Keep your heart good somehow in this hellish ass world. You know? Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. The brilliant, beautiful, amazing, continuing black, they be dying. Ring the alarm. They be saying we poor in spirit, but we not. But if we actually poor, ring the alarm. The poor and black, them dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. The government, them lying. Always lying. Always lying. Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. The flood of waters, them rise. All the bombs they be dropping. They don't be stopping. And the bullets they be flying. And all of us we be crying. What we doing? Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. And wake up. No, I mean for real. Wake up. Not no cliche, meme, phrase, give, social media. Forget that shit. We here now. Help somebody be okay. Help somebody else be okay. Help yourself be okay. Get together. Let's help each other be okay. We ain't got to worry about what we say out loud. All right? The time ain't never been more than now. Right now, oh, it's past time now. So let me say it one more again and ring the alarm. All the ones they be thinking is poor in spirit, but when we actually poor, we can say it out loud. I'm gonna say it. I need help. I can't eat. I need to pay my bills. I need some help. If you told me you needed it and I had it, you'd have it. God bless, bigger. Nature bless, all of us respect the Move family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On the move, one more time. Ring the alarm. The poor and black, the poor and brilliant, and amazing, and beautiful, and black, they be dying. Ring the alarm. All the systems and all the things in governments, they be lying. They be lying. All the bombs be dropping. They not stopping. All the bullets flying. We keep crying. Oh, ring the alarm. Oh, ring the alarm. Yeah. Ring the alarm. And wake up. One love. One love. One love. Is there still a chance? Peace. Is there still a chance?
Yes, 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 yes. Give it up again, y'all, for Ursula Rucker, y'all. And we're here not only really to just applause, but to give honor right now to those 11 lives lost, to remember them, to never forget them, to understand what it means to move and to organize for them. And if you're like me, you were once marshaled, you were once deputized, you were once given orders by one of the most powerful human beings to walk the face of the planet Earth, who is here in Philadelphia. She probably inspired you once upon a time. She probably empowered you once upon a time. And we could all be honest, if we're truth tellers, that none of us will be here on a 40th day of remembrance had it not been the mighty voice, the mighty skills, the mighty activism, and the mighty organizing of our mama and yours, Mama Pam.
Pam, Mama Pam, Mama Pam, Mama Pam, Mama Pam, Mama Pam, Mama Pam,
On the
Mama
move.
Pam, on the
Long
move.
live revolution.
Long live revolution.
In this 40th year, what I witnessed, where's Professor Lynn Washington? I saw him somewhere. He kicked this off. He did a podcast, I believe on the 10th, no matter, it was this month. And to expose what had actually went on here in details that we didn't know, the behind the scenes. And if you get a chance, go to Google him, Lynn Washington Jr. He tells the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you need to watch that. It was such a magnificent piece that myself and Michael ran up to the stage and grabbed him and held hold to him because I'm saying all this is truth, but you got people that were in the buildings behind and heard the cops say as the children was coming out, they're coming out, they're coming out, and they began to shoot. Recorded. And then on the 10th, Mike Africa had the One Art. And at One Arts there was another program that exposed. And I'm saying in everything that's being done, it brings more and more people in. It reactivates, and those who haven't been activated at all, it makes you get up and do something. Behind that one was City Council. Jamie Gaudier, City Councilwoman. The year before, and I don't want people to take this stuff lightly, she introduced a resolution calling for an apology. Some people say, oh, what the hell is an apology? What she did was woke up more people who had never heard of, because it's the controversy. Those who like, those who dislike, and those who thought that they hated MOVE found out, oh shit, let me look at this. And it became activated. This year, she introduced another resolution calling for May 13th, a day of remembrance. A brother named Obana, and he wrote a piece saying that instead of a day of remembrance, it should be a day of outlaw. But it was the beginning of outlaw. People got to understand revolution by any means necessary. She raised, her and Cindy Bass raised, put it on the floor and had everybody in city council. People think that that's no big thing, but everybody in city council signed that. And yes, it is a situation where we need more. But what they did, they put it on the floor. The more got to come from us. From us. You can't talk about Sister Gaudier without talking about her father, one of the baddest black activist lawyers and a human rights activist. And when you needed a lawyer, when you needed a friend, and you had no money in your pocket, there was a brother by the name of Leon Williams. Leon Williams. And when mothers cried when their children was locked up for no reason or for some reason, he was there and to cuddle that mother, that father for their children. He not only did that, this black man who's a lawyer and he was well loved in the community, believed that. What he did, he ran for mayor of the city of Philadelphia. This is a black man with backbone to stand up. What he ran on his platform was he wanted the immediate release of Mumia Abu-Jamal. He wanted the immediate release of the MOVE 9. He wanted that government that was in charge of the murder of our family, the destructions of the homes, and let us not forget the animals that was incinerated in them houses. The elder who had a dog as a pet or a cat as a pet, and it was their only love that they had was burning burned to death like my brothers and sisters. But nobody think about them. But we do. Our job is to wake people up to the entire murder that happened there. And the water supply that was happening there, just like in Palestine when they dropped that C4 explosive and it went into the drains. What do you think we were drinking? What are they drinking in Palestine? Okay? You tie all this stuff in here together. Also, what he did, and I'm talking about Leon Williams, I'm talking about May 13th, and he had the insight to bring a warrant to arrest the people, the government, for the murders of our family. He found the way, and it's on the books now. You can bypass the DA. He did that. And if he had the support of the media, if he had the support of us, the people, who understood that this black man put his life on the line, put his family on the line to go up against this government. We talking about May 13th and what people do and what people can do. I don't want to stand up here any longer because, Delbert Africa's daughter, the brother that you seen beaten, stomped, where they tried to kill him before all of us, but God knows the ancestors. Long live John Africa, and long live the power to pull things together. The belief pulled Delbert through it. His eyeball, people don't know, was completely out his head. Young Chuck Africa was beaten so bad that his nuts was the size of grapefruits. They beat them brothers. They maimed them brothers. Janet Africa, they stomped on the foot of hers and crushed the bones in her foot. Her foot is still messed up to this day. Back to Yvonne. Yvonne Orr, the daughter of Delbert Africa. She couldn't be here today, but she asked me to speak on her behalf. And I speak proudly on behalf of Yvonne Orr, and whose father was Delbert Orr, whose sister was Delisha Africa, and she loved each and every last person. Where she go at, she carries this message. I could say a whole lot, but what you witnessing here today is the downfall of this motherfucker. You're watching the downfall of this motherfucker. I'm saying when they dropped that bomb exploded around the world. It only didn't do what it did here. It woke people up, and that bomb is still exploding to the fact that children did something that nobody else could do. People say, what about the children? It was children who got this sign put up. The Jubilee School. The teacher, okay, that CRS stuff is coming in, can't remember. Who is Carol Fallon, and the teacher, and who taught them about MOVE. The children wanted to come and find, and they searched, and they did more, and she encouraged it. They did something that no one else could do. They got that sign up, and when they got it, all the horrors and stuff that went with that of getting these, I think the oldest child might have been 12 at that time. To get this sign done, 2 years it took them. But the thing is, they never gave up. They never gave up. And when they got the signatures and everything they needed to put this sign up, when they introduced what it was that they wanted on that sign, City Council said, oh no, we're going to change the word. And they said, oh no, the hell you ain't. That's my no, the hell you ain't. But they said, oh no, you ain't. You know, they did it. This is the power. This is the power that you and everybody out in that listening audience have. You have that same power that those children had today at community college. I got there late, and but they were at the point where one of the children from the Jubilee School, who is now a college student, You say, what are the children doing? What can we do? They showed you, because this young brother, you would think the 12-year-olds and the youngers, and by this time, might have forgot. It was a thing in their life that happened for a minute. This brother proudly sat on the stage and told the story of who he is and what he is doing now. Not what he did yesterday, period, but it's what he have continued to do. These motherfuckers dropped a bomb, but God knows John Africa bomb was far more powerful than anything these motherfuckers could do. Long live revolution. Long live John Africa. Long live the power that pull all things together despite the separation these motherfuckers tried to do to us.
We got you. Take that step. That's why we got both legs. It's a doozy. Give it up again for Mama Pam, y'all. Revolution. We're going to close with some final remarks. And before we get to our vocalists, we just want to say that, we've been here 40 years. At the event that was mentioned earlier, Dr. Crystal Strong mentioned that first one happened back in '86. So really, literally, since the beginning, we've been gathering, carrying on tradition. And for as long as we have to, we will do this work. Is that right? And so we want to bring up a vocalist to provide some song in the space today, because 40 years is 40 years of remembrance and resistance. And it's also 40 years of hope and healing. And it's 40 more years of justice that will soon come. Give it up, y'all, for Rhonda Rise, and then we'll close out, y'all.
Peace, power, liberation. I said peace, power, liberation, and love. All hail the people, all hail the people. Power to the people. We will not bow down to racism. We will not bow down to injustice. We will not bow down to exploitation. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. On these truths we stand, wide awake and undeterred. The people are here. Freedom for my body, freedom for my mind, freedom for my spirit, freedom for my life, freedom for my body, freedom for my mind, freedom for my spirit, freedom for my life. And we who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, no, no. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom. We who believe in freedom. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Until it comes. Until it comes. Until the killing of black men, black mother sons becomes important as the killing of white mother sons. We cannot rest. No, no, we
cannot rest. No, no. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. No, no, no. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom, we who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes, until it comes, until it comes, until it comes, until it comes. Shine a light on we, stand up to tyranny. Shine a light on we, on liberation, bring us peace. Shine a light on we, stand up to tyranny. Shine a light on we, liberation and peace. We cannot rest. We cannot raise. We cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Y'all can put your fists up now. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom. We who believe in freedom. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes, 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 until it comes. On these truths we stand, wide awake and undeterred. The people are here. Ashe.
Peace to the people. On the move. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. But before we go, got an announcement to make. Y'all know we always on the move. Y'all know that one of the staple activities of the MOVE organization was running, exercise, staying fit. Mo Africa, he right there. Mo Africa, let me tell y'all something about this amazing man. Mo, that's my father-in-law, by the way. Come on, Mo. Mo. So I've been married to his daughter for 28 years. That's right. He's been a very good example of what a good man is. I wanted Mo to say some things before we close, and then I'm going to get back to that physical activity. Ready? You ready to say something, Mo?
Yeah, well, as far as the MOVE organization, we've been on trial since the early 70s. We've been on trial since the early 70s, and we're still on trial right now. This has been the longest trial in Philadelphia history, maybe the world, since 1970. And I want to say something to you that our coordinator, John Africa, wrote in the guidelines for MOVE people. And it's about the struggle in this system, against this system, by MOVE. And it was tailored not just for MOVE, but for you, your daughter, your sister, your brother, The fight is not just Move fighting, it's everybody. And John Appiger made a statement, and he said that this trial, the Move trial, that's your trial too. He said, this trial, as all others, have proven ill-concluded as the invalidability, the exploitative, and enslaving inevitability was apparent through injustice and unfounded of true law. He said, for as the commencing disability of this system, the court system, the DA, for as the commencing disability of the system with racist, biased, bigoted, it showed that there is no justice in this system. He said, one thing about the Move organization is that we're not going to stop fighting. We're going to keep it on. And the fight ain't just Move's fight, it's your fight too.
It's your fight too.
It's your fight.
It's your fight
Move's
too.
been fighting for not just Move, but we've been fighting for everybody. And it didn't matter what color it was, because injustice is injustice. The system is not just, it's wrong, and it's not right. And we're fighting for it.
That's right. We fighting for it.
Yep.
Thanks, Mo. On the move. All right. All right, so I need everybody to recognize something. City Council, through Jamie Gaultier's office, and the work that we've been doing in the community, have officially named May 13th, this 40-year anniversary, Move Day, the Day of Remembrance. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that as an opportunity to show people what Move is really about. Health, fitness. And I want everybody here to join me. We're going to do the inaugural Move Day 5K. I like that attitude. Maybe we should make that a 10K. The Move Day 5K is going to go from Osage to Powton. Oh man, this energy is good. Well, I hope y'all keep the same energy when I tell y'all the next part. It costs $40 to register. If you want to register and get yourself some Move swag, you got to pay $40. $40 to recognize that it's the 40th year. Also $40 because the proceeds for this run will benefit the Reclaim Osage campaign. Oh man, this is the best right here. Okay, I got more then. We were going to run from Powton to Osage, but Crystal was like, Mike, we still have things to do at Powton. There's a historical marker right here that says what happened here, but there's no historical marker at Powton that says what happened down there. So we going back. We going from Osage to Powton. And full disclosure, it's actually not 5K. It's a little bit more. I didn't want anybody to look it up and be like, yo, he fooled us. I know this is more than 3 miles. So just be forewarned that it's a little bit more. But what's a little bit more? It's just health. It's fitness. That's what we should be doing anyway. That's what our community needs. The most revolutionary thing you can do is protect your health. You think you're going to be a revolutionary spitting this hot fire on the microphone from a hospital bed because you sick, because of nuclear power? You got good game and good rap when you're talking about the issues of the people and the power structure that's putting them in prison, but you don't care about the nuclear power plant that's over here that's belching sickness into the sky and causing you cancer and blisters and tumors like 3 Mile Island. The most revolution, what do you think revolution is for. The reason we talk and we fight is because they're affecting our health. Do you know what happens to the health of people that are put in prison? And the food labels say not for human consumption. People that never had an issue with diabetes, never had blood pressure issues, they never had cancer. They go to prison in 3 months, 6 months, a year, they got it. We are about protecting our health. So we're going to do the Move Day 5K, and I want everybody to register for it. You can go to my website, MikeAfricaJr.com, and register. We're going to get a Move Day 5K website too, but we ain't there yet. But I just wanted to share with y'all, since y'all felt so good about coming out here. I ain't even cold no more. I'm fired up. I'm ready to run right now. Get your shoes.
Let's go.
We're going to get some sponsors to give some shoes out. We're going to get some shirts that say Move Day 5K.
I'm ready to run.
Y'all better start training.
Let's go.
I know Yane ready to run.
Let's go.
I know Yane be running. I told Yane, hey, I can't run. My knee's messed up. And she still sending me pictures of her running like, yeah, Mike, I'm doing it. She got Vision with her, and they rolling. She was running in Haiti. She was running in Thailand. She was running in Vermont, and she been running in Philly, and she been running ever since. I saw Medusa running. Medusa was doing push-ups. She was doing sit-ups. Where Medusa at? I was like, yo, you in Africa doing exercise? Like, this is what we supposed to be doing. There's nothing more important than protecting your own health. So we're gonna do this Move Day 5K. We're going to set a strong example. And remember one thing, y'all. If you can't run, what Dr. King say? Walk. So for the people, if you can't walk, what'd he say? If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, I don't know what came after that. But he said, keep moving forward. So no excuses. If you can't run, we're going to be walking too. For some people, maybe you want to ride a bike. We might add a bike thing to it too. The most important thing is we're going to be together, and we're going to do a Move Day 5K on 2026. Sign up, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. We're going to keep this movement moving.
I just want to, can y'all hear me? Yeah. I wanted to.
That one's better. That one is better. Y'all hear those strings? Y'all been hearing those strings throughout? Can y'all give them a little gratitude? Let them know how much we appreciate. You know, they came here, they made sure that happened. This is Owen Valentine and Urban Classic. Thank you so much. It really, 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 it really added to the spirit of the moment. Thank you all as well for being here with us. Rain or shine, we here. We here for our people. We here for each other. We are here together, rain or shine. It ain't just for the male people. It ain't just for male men and male women. It's for us first. We got us. We hold us. We love us. We fight for us. We stand for us. We build together. We will have freedom. Our children will have freedom. We will have justice. And it is because we will build it. Because we will create it. Because we will not stop. All right.
If y'all want to take pictures, we're going to take some pictures, y'all. Come on, y'all. Bring it in. We family. Bring it in. We're going to take some pictures, and then we're going to get out of here. Yeah, let's do it. Anybody that wants to take a picture, let's get in the picture. You want to take a picture? Come on, y'all. Let's get together. And look here, I got one more announcement to make. Y'all know the mother of the movement, Pam Africa, right here. Tell the story. Next year, Pam Africa will be 80 years old. She's the golden elder.
Come on.
And we're going to do something special for her. We're going to do something special for her.
Yes, indeed.
So put your coins together. Save your coins. Don't spend them on Amazon. Don't spend them on Chick-fil-A. No Target. We're going to put our coins together and we're going to do something nice, special for this elder that's been leading us through this movement for the last 50 years. Come on. All right, let's take some pictures.